Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-pop World. Today, something feels different. It's not about a glamorous stage, a new song, or the latest drama. It's about a young man who stood tall in the middle of a global forum. Not as a celebrity, not as a screen star, but as a representative of voices often left unheard. The voices of young people longing for a more peaceful world. His name is Wang Yibo. Just minutes ago, the atmosphere at an international forum shifted when a single figure entered the room. Cameras that had been focused on rows of diplomats and ministers slowly turned. The spotlight shifted to a young man in a simple yet dignified black suit. He didn't speak a word as he walked in, but his presence said more than 1,000 sentences. He brought no banners, no flags, but his presence there represented millions of young voices around the world. Voices often overlooked. Voices often dismissed by decision makers. But today, that voice, through Wang Yibo, stood equal, heard, and respected. Cameras immediately turned toward him. Eyes couldn't look away from his slow steps toward the forum's main hall. With an elegant black suit and a brief, subtle smile, it was enough to move anyone watching. There was no fanfare, no grand announcement, and perhaps that's what made the moment more powerful. Yibo was not just there as a celebrity. He was there as the face of a new generation. A generation tired of watching conflict and division. A generation exhausted by recurring voices of hatred. A generation yearning for peace, yet understands that to achieve it, one must have the courage to step into uncomfortable spaces. And that day, Wang Yibo did just that, in his own way, with the silent language that has always touched the most. When the opening session began, many important figures shared their views. From foreign ministers of various countries to global scholars speaking on the importance of preserving cultural values. But somehow, when the camera returned to Wang Yibo, the atmosphere changed. He didn't speak, but his expression seemed to say, "I hear you, I understand, and I am here." For fans who have followed Yibo's journey from the beginning, this isn't just another achievement. It's proof that the person they've admired all this time isn't just talented, but also carries a depth of heart that not everyone can see. On social media, within minutes of his appearance, hashtags like hashtag Wang Yibo for peace, hashtag Yibo at global forum, and hashtag proud of Yibo began trending in multiple countries. Not just in China, but also in Korea, Indonesia, Thailand, and among international fans from Latin America to the Middle East. One of the most shared comments read, "He didn't need to say much, but when he stood there, the world knew our generation cares." And Yibo is the face of that care. Another came from a longtime fan, short but deeply moving. Many grew up with Yibo, but today, Yibo grew with the world. What happened after wasn't about entertainment anymore. It was about history. Wang Yibo, long known for his ability to entertain, is now being recognized for his ability to inspire. And that isn't something just anyone can do. In a world growing increasingly chaotic, a figure like Yibo becomes an oasis. Not because he's perfect, but because he's consistent. Because he chose his own path in the middle of industry demands, public expectations, and the noise of fame. He continues to choose growth, not just as an artist, but as a human being who wants the world to be a better place. Yibo's presence at this global forum may not change everything overnight, but he has planted a seed. He has made thousands, maybe millions of young people begin to believe that their voices can enter important rooms, that an idol can be a mover, that the youth deserve and are worthy of being heard. At the end of the event, while most attendees began to leave the hall, Yibo remained seated, his head slightly bowed, his hands not holding a phone as usual. And when the camera caught him again, one expression stood out, calm. And maybe in that calm, we find the answer. That great change sometimes begins with a small step, with one decision to show up, with one courage to sit at a table that's usually filled with titles and power. Today, Wang Yibo didn't bring a new song, no new film project, but he brought something far more valuable. A message that young people can be part of real change. To those of you who supported Yibo, today is a day to be proud. Because your idol didn't just entertain the world. He's starting to help heal the world. And for those who are just getting to know him, maybe this is the moment to see Yibo not just as a star, but as a young man slowly walking toward a better world. We believe this is not the end of the story. It's only the beginning. Because if the world has begun to listen to him now, then perhaps tomorrow, Yibo will speak louder. For all of us, what do you feel after seeing Yibo stand at the World Forum today? Do you also begin to believe that your voice could mean more than you thought? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to turn on notifications, because who knows, Yibo's next step may be more surprising than we ever imagined. See you in the next video. K-Pop World is signing off, and always remember, in silence, great change can begin.